Um, I've been wanting you to get him for a minute now because I know he's a huge wrestling fan, huge sports fan. We know what he does in the battle rap culture. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the one, the only. It's DNA, man.
Yo. What's the word, y'all? What's the word? What's the word?
Salute. Thank you for taking out your precious time. I know you got a super busy schedule. Welcome to
My
MBS Universe. Me and my man Keo.
my
Just need
guy,
like
Danny. What's the word?
thank you for everything you've been doing in the culture, man. You know, I've been on your show several times, so it was only right you pull up on our block. You know
Yo,
what I
of
mean?
course, of course, of course. Danny's a regular on Breakfast with the Champ.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
yeah, man. Want to get straight into it. I love the humility that you had with the Jerry West battle, man. That was just
Yeah.
super awesome. And I said, you know, that just makes DNA that much better of a person outside, just outside of battle rap, just as a human. I just love it, man. And you giving him his flowers, his props. It's rare you see that in battle rap. Um, yeah, that's rare. You know what I mean?
Nah, you know what I think is rare because I be feeling like I be feeling like people get so caught up into the character that you know what I mean. I feel like the characters were selling the fight, the characters on a promo on a day to day, but the actual like and I would at first a lot of people was like, yo, I think DNA did that because he was cool with Jerry. And at first I'm like, maybe that's why I did it. And I thought I'm like, nah, I did the same thing with Vixen. Like, regardless of how I felt when I watched it back on camera in the moment, like, you know what I mean? She did so well. You know, a lot of people had her winning that battle. So it was just like, I don't know. I don't take it too serious. I feel like, and I know you could attest to this, like, we here to either teach the lesson or, you know what I mean, be the assistant on, you know what I
Right,
mean, in wrestling terms, getting somebody over. So you got
right.
to be on both sides of that. Like, I mean, wrestling is scripted, so they know who's gonna win. But in battle rap, it's like, you know, sometimes I'm gonna give that ass whooping out where it's like, yo, this is what you got to do to get to the next level. And sometimes, you know, I'm gonna be the person that's there, that's a part of the moment when the person gets to the next level. So I'm cool with either one.
Yeah, you know, salute to us, the veterans, for even coming outside, giving these dangerous MCs a shot. Because you know, when anytime you step on the battlefield, it's a possibility you might get shot. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it happened. It's cool. And I, man, in my predictions, you can look. Oh, it's on this channel right now. I say, yo, no, DNA don't got nothing to prove, bro. Like he's gonna be DNA every time, win, lose, or draw. It's not gonna hurt his stock one bit if Jerry wins this battle. Like it's really
Yeah.
Jerry needs this more so
Yeah.
than DNA, you know. So, you know, that's just how the cards played in fate. But now then I seen people like, DNA lost his battle, and now he not gonna get no shot with Lux and all this stupid shit.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would
yeah. And I was just looking at it like, yo, if we go from the grand scheme of things, you know what I mean? Me, you, Nitty, you know, it's a lot of daylight. It's a lot of people that got you know, back and forth with Lux, and whoever winds up getting the battle, you know what I mean? I definitely feel like any of those four is gonna be, you know what I mean, something to talk about for the ages. So shout out to everybody. But I just feel like, you know what I mean, people want you to hold others on the same pedestal that they hold them on. So I'm like, yo, if I just been on a 3 year run and this is my first loss, and Lux lost his last
right.
battle to Geechee, we might be even now. Like
It's not even though. It's
it's
not
not.
even because
It's really not even.
you
Yeah.
won more battles than he has in that same time frame. So
No. That's what I'm saying. Like I could have skipped over some of that. I probably could have skipped like 60% of the battles that I took in this 3 year run and just said, oh, I'm gonna wait for him. But I always told people I never liked when people said that. Like I feel like that's part of where battle rap went wrong. And there's no disrespect to him, but I feel like nobody like how no basketball player is bigger than the NBA. Culture. Like my
fact.
bad, somebody called me.
No, you good.
No battle rapper is bigger than the culture. So I feel like when people stop what they doing in hopes of getting a battle with Lux, Mook, whoever it is, I feel like that's you already lost the battle with them before it happens because look what they got you doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I
I
was like,
said that.
I'll never stop. Like, you know what I mean? It would just have to be I have no match. and then my next match would have to be them. But I wouldn't be like, yo, this whole year I'm not battling till I wait for Lux. Like, nah, I'm not doing that.
Nah, you outside. You a definition of a battle rapper, a real staple in the culture, and can't nobody tell me nothing about you. I feel like a loss that don't mean nothing. Like shit, you outside, nigga. Like you outside. Like that don't change shit. Like tell him to come outside and battle as often as you have, and let's see what his record like. So, but this ain't even about him. But salute to him. Whenever he spin that block, whenever he ready, he outside. Just know Danny, Nitty, DNA, whoever else, they like we all outside. We waiting. So that's neither here nor there. Thank you for what you've been doing with your the wrestling thing. It's like every 2 days I see a new legend just right there in the studio with you. I'm like, what? How is he doing this?
Yeah. Appreciate that, man.
What did he do?
just like I really feel like a lot of people in this day and age, and I salute everybody. We in the social media era. We in the era of you could pick up any hustle and make money off of it, so people do that. But I always still feel like the genuine and the true blessings come when you wind up doing something that you love. So I feel like all the wrestlers I got, even like we got another, I'm not even going to say it yet, but we got another big interview coming up, and it's so big it had to get cleared by WWE to happen, and they cleared it. So just even that happening just lets me know, like, I was really like, I don't even watch wrestling like that now, because I really don't, I grew up in the Attitude Era. That's when it was super lit. But from being such a big fan as a kid, and guys that I admired, imitated their moves, all that, now I get to sit down and they're admired on what we do. So I'm just, I'm just the representation of all of us when I talk to them. But when they see, what we're able to do, that's what I try to do with everything I do. Like even with after the battle with Jerry, when I posted it on my Instagram, like it was a bunch of people like amazed because Lawrence Tate's brother, Lamar Tate, is under the comments like, fire, my God goes crazy. And they're like,
dope as hell.
They're like, so since when did you watch battle rap? And that's all from me doing the power recap. That all of them at first was like, hey, this guy doing the recaps is dope, but then they tapped in and other people telling them like, yo, nah, he's a famous battle rapper. So that's what I always do it for. I do it for all.
He probably got another call. Hold on.
The wrestling podcast, like now, Devon Dudley, who else? Val Venus, D'Lo Brown, like all these guys are tapped. Like we just shout out the Chef. I just met Umaga's son. So like,
oh wow.
So like it's just crazy, man. How like both of those worlds are so intertwined, but nobody's really intertwining them. So that's why I was like, yo, I feel like it's a dope lane. Like think about how many wrestling bars we use in our regular battles. Like it's crazy.
It's dope to see you manifested. You manifested that. Like that's a whole nother world that you used to grow up watching. You grew up as a kid watching these guys on TV, and now you're like tapped in with these guys. Same thing with hip hop. I seen you with 50 Cent and Busta Rhymes and all that the other day, man. Like you really out here making moves, man.
Yeah. Yo, what's so crazy is like the first time I met Busta Rhymes was 11 years ago at Summer Madness 2. And every time I see him, it's like that energy, him just showing love, him embracing, like he's a great personality to be around. And he always got game and he knows how to articulate him so well. And he's, we already know he's a living legend. And then 50, like, how I grew up like listening to G-Unit. Like that was my favorite group. So just to have a relationship with 50, Yayo, and Lloyd Banks is like surreal in itself. But yeah, like that night was crazy. That was my first time seeing him perform. And I was telling people on the 3 Letterman show, like, I know you might feel like this too as a battle rapper, but for me, I have regimens. So like when I started doing shit like that, I'm like, when I look back on it and reflect, I'm like, I always like to know where I went wrong. And I feel like that's part of it. Like right. I shouldn't have been there because I got a killer on Sunday, and not even my rhymes, because I feel like my rhymes is good, But I just feel like watching the battle, it was just like what was off with me was like the hunger. And like people would say, like, well, how could you match his hunger? You know what I mean? But I've been able to do that in my years of battling newer guys. I feel like I was comfortable. I was cruising, and he wasn't. I think that's the separation. Like you could just see it in the battle. Like, nah, I want this, and I think I finally got to a point where I let my guard down, and that shit cost me. So, yeah.
Hey, you was handling that rock, you know what I'm saying? While rapping at the same time, DNA might actually be nice on that court. I don't know, man. I'm at the
yo. Listen, I can shoot. My threes is crazy. That's all I do. But that was crazy. That like, I'm happy I got to make that moment. That was a crazy moment. That basketball shit was crazy.
Go ahead, Keo.
Yo, DNA Keo, by the way.
The word.
I know you're a huge wrestling fan. I'm a huge wrestling fan. What made you started the wrestling podcast?
So right, shout out to my guys, Danny Meadow, Z the Dropout, and my other guy, Warren Wink. So we was at Kings vs. Queens. What we on now? 4 or 5, right? We on 4? We on 4, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was 3. This was last year, 2022. So we out there, we in the lobby, everybody's drinking, and we just randomly like, yo, man, who you think is the Hulk Hogan of battle rap? So niggas was like Mook, somebody else was like Clips, and then we just start asking everybody that was at the table, and then everybody was like, boom, I think I'm this, I think I'm that, I think I'm that, and then we all just started talking like, yo, you know what would be crazy is like if we literally did a wrestling podcast with battle rappers because so many battle rappers watch wrestling. That's what it initially was, right? So we had that idea like prematurely, like, yo, we just gonna do a battle rap podcast and talk about wrestling. And then I was like, yo, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't watch wrestling now, so I'm like at a disservice. Like my era is the attitude era. So I was like, yo, it's kind of far-fetched. I was like, if we try to get wrestlers now because they still doing it, so it's going to be hard to, you know what I mean, get them. I'm like, but if we go back, it's so many stories, so many things that transpired, we could kind of tap in with those guys. And then they was like, yeah, but how we going to reach? They was like, yo, how we going to reach out to them because they're older. So, you know what I mean? The newer wrestlers is on social media, and the newer wrestlers actually know who we are. They don't. The older guys, like I was 6 or 7 when they were doing it. So that's where we had the dilemma. And this is before everybody got verified. You know, now you can pay to get verified. Last year, you still had to be somebody to get verified. So I was like, yo, I got the blue check. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. And I literally hit up Devon Dudley in the DM. And because of that check, I know he responded because he didn't know who I was. And he answered. We got on the phone with him. We worked out the details, and we got that interview. And then from there, I was like, yo, we got to kind of keep this going. So I wound up going to this store in Queens. I looked it up on Google. It's a wrestling store. I go there to buy memorabilia, belts, and the owner knows who I am. He's losing his mind. DNA's in my wrestling store. DNA, what are you doing there? So I'm like, yo, I just started this wrestling podcast. And I mean, I was coming to get memorabilia for aesthetics. And then he's like, yo, you sure? Like, do you know what we do? I'm like, nah, I just seen you guys got a wrestling store. So he shows me that they do wrestling signings every month. And then from that point on, I built with him. I let him know what I was trying to do. And then, he plugged me in with all the wrestlers. And then the rest is history.
Boy, God works,
are
don't
you
he?
surprised? Are you surprised the traffic you have gotten for this podcast? Like the attention it's been getting?
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I'm always surprised because I just be doing what I be doing just because I love it. So to see it pay off in so many times, like it's so many experiments that I've tried in my career, and I've been successful with so many that I'll just be like, wow, this is crazy that this is taking off. Like, yeah, we get more views on that page than my page, and I got over 250,000 followers on Instagram. But yeah, on the Attitude Era page, we got 20K in a year. We got like over 20 videos with 1 million views. Like it's crazy. Like and like everybody in the wrestling community, they know about the podcast. So like, yeah, it's dope. Like, cause I feel like in a way, yeah, the podcast is wrong, but I still feel like the legends that I grew up watching in wrestling, like I'm the outlet for them to tell their story. So I'm like still giving back, which makes it dope. Like, cause there's a lot of things I didn't know. So now when you really sit down with them and ask them, I'll be like, wow, that really happened. So that's how that happened. Like it's informative. And I feel like anytime you have a brand that can give people information is going to be dope. Like Drink Champs. So like right now in 10 years, if there's a battle rap, you know what I mean, type of thing like that, it's going to take off because there's so many things that people want to know right now, but it's still happening in the now that when them stories get told years later, like whoever is the person that sets that shit up is going to be a gold mine.
Amazing. Thank you. Couple quick questions before I let you go. I want to see you on the Power. I want to see you on a season or at least 3 episodes coming up. No, I don't care which one it is. You might fit in with the one that has young 50 Cent. Which one is that one called?
Oh, Raising Canaan.
Canaan? I need to see you on there.
Yo, stay tuned. We working on a lot of things right now. Like right now, I got the one step at a time. I got the TV placements going on, so I already got my foot in the door. I just
fire.
Yeah, I just had my song in the movie Praise This. Then it was on Kevin Durant's show Swagger, and then I got another placement that just dropped on the shop on Showtime, and I got a lot more.
So, yeah. That's dope. That is dope.
So we working right now for sure.
You on these TV soundtracks?
Really quick, what's your favorite Power franchise?
After the original, right? Original.
Okay.
Ghost, Tommy, you know what I mean? Angela, Tasha, nothing beats the original. After the original, yo, what's so crazy is like I'll be going back and forth with Rain, with my girl, like on which one. But if I gotta pick, I'm gonna go with Raising Canaan, man.
That's what I said.
My guy Uncle Marvin's on there, man. He's a big battle rap fan too. That's my guy.
You rock with him. You rock with him, huh?
Yeah. He was on Breakfast. He was on Champagne with the Champ. He pulled up in the evening. But yeah, we had him on the show. But yeah, what's crazy is I rock with Famous on there too. I got a song with him. I fuck with Kanan. Yeah, I fuck with all of them on that. Like that show, out of all of them, I probably got the most personal relationships. Like I met Joey Badass, I met the other brother Lulu. Like yeah, but just personally watching, I don't know if you know what it is. I just like the back in the day, the nostalgia shit. I like how they telling the drug story, what they wearing. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just like that one.
Show fire. That show is fire. That's my favorite one.
When is the next time we could see you outside? I know we just seen you in Summer Madness.
What's crazy, right? Is because even I always map out my year, win or lose. You know what I mean? I just don't lose a lot, but I kind of got so many other things going on. I didn't have nothing else lined up other than Jerry, but Danny knows this. Like I got something else lined up, so it sounds interesting. It's different. So I don't know if I have another 3-round URL battle before the year is out, but I got a couple other, you know what I mean, things that I'm a battle again, like in the format of battle rapping, and then you know what I mean, like other stuff. So yeah, I got that coming up. But as far as volume is around the corner, like I don't know if I find somebody good to lock in, I might pop outside for the volume. We got to see.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good to see you in that volume room. And also real quick, I like the new merch. I like the new merch. I need the black one with the shoe on there. I need that one.
I got you. Let me know your shop. I'll send it over to you.
Yeah. I need that one for sure. I'm gonna get that from you. Something special on the way, something epic on the way. So details come out.
Yeah, we just finalized that today. So it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy.
Well, Thank you for coming on the show. You know, I know your time is precious. That's my man Keo. I'm Danny Myers, bar guy, and this is the legend right here himself.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the legend himself, DNA. Thank
Shout out
you.
to Danny. Shout out to Keo. Gotcha.
Yeah, man. Another episode, infinite content. You already know what it is, man. NBS Universe, NBS Central. Follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/Danny the Bar God. Also subscribe to NBS Central.